Hello everyone, welcome into the another live stream. Hi there. Hi and welcome. And give me a second. One thing which I've been approached by a person, by the way, about a certain project they have going on. A pretty big one. Project is a very general word. I usually refer to everything as project, whatever people just do just because they want to. I just refer to it as a project, which, well, it develops a couple of scopes. It's one of the larger ones. And as such, I need to add something to the Discord server. Like a community of... It's really cool. A long story. Give me a second. There we are. Okay. Now. Hi there. Hi, mate. Hi, Tha. Hi, Mashrit. Hi, Mark. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. And today, we will be... Oh my goodness. Could it be the day? Could it actually be the day when we finish the video? The math video, which is just the side video for the quantum field theory video, which I mean, oh my goodness. There is finished video. No, not yet. Hey, let's hold our horses. There is still a fair bit lot to do. I finished the complete metric space segment, which turned out much better than... I mean, Tha, you've already seen the animations because of the Patreon. But everyone else, I hope you've seen them. Yeah, there we go, we did. Okay, I remembered the emoji. But everyone, it actually turned out so much better than expected. I mean, I had high hopes, and it worked. It worked really well. And the implementation was a bit shaky at times, but I've made the spiraling arrows, and they worked. Okay, we have a cautious sequence in it, and basically we have a cautious sequence in it complete. And so there we have right complete metric space. And now we should unsend perfectly fine, and it's time to move on. So for that, let's just open up Blender. This crash my brain so nicely. Yeah, they really just... They pop, they explain what cautious sequences are. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of... Oh, you look like a cosmic horror. I'm proud of my creation. As I should be. Okay, we don't need the circle this time. Which means we can just turn it off, actually. Like this. There we go. I had the option to either do it with a circle, or there's also the arrow, where this arrow shows you basically... For each selected n, this arrow shows you the greatest distance above that n. There we go. This yellow arrow is the greatest distance, or alternatively, there's also the obviously circle option, which... Oh, this is such a mess. There we go. This one shows it with a circle. This is incredible. I've done a proper good job. Stuff into Patreon. No, on Discord. On Discord on the Patreon channel. When I made it, I was proud of myself. I'll be honest. A gosh dang spiral. Okay, but now and such and so on, it is time to turn it off and render the outro animation for this, and then we can just get to work on the video. Even though, I mean, okay, this is work on the video, but you get what I mean. Unless you don't, in which case you don't get what I mean. So just... Okay? Oh, the n keeps increasing. This is also not what I want. Just turn off the n. Just turn it off. Turn it off. There we go. Get rid of it. Don't need it. Now... We will probably just zoom in. At some point it does stop. Right here, it does just stop. Because, I mean... With each arrow, it takes more and more arrows to traverse a smaller distance. And so... Let's do 980. Or actually... 1020. We're gonna have an animation for transitioning into the next segment. I'm an ally. It's the dumbest joke. Okay, there we go. This. Where basically I would still like the portal to appear nicely somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it somehow. And actually 0, because it did rotate all weird like last time. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it a lot. Even though it's just 3 frames per second. I like it a lot. There we go, and 90. Like this. And right here. Like this. Sweet. Anyway, how are y'all doing on this fine day? I'm still sipping my coffee, so you know it's gonna take me a second till I'm fully in my manic state. What's your PC spec? RTX 3060, and that's all I remember. AMD processor, I don't remember which one though. That's what I always answer. Okay. Give me new collection. Kind of like this, obviously. Oh, why is this ruined? No, this is meant to be right here. There we go. No, wait, that's also wrong. A bit lower. There we go. This and this and this. Lovely. Lovely, sweet, fantastic, festive. One last thing, which is the fact that this has to be color next, which is yellow right now. And there, that's it. PNG with alpha. Not arrows on the outro. Outro, there we go. Accept, render, override, sweet, nice, lovely, fantastic, festive, render animation done. I don't know, school exists, so it was cool to make. Goodbye, everyone. Bye, made it, bye, see ya. I'm doing fine, thank you for asking. I'm glad to hear you're doing fine. I really am. Okay. Now, what? Well, now we need to record this sucker, don't we? Because I haven't recorded anything. I always leave the recording for last. Because I don't know, I want to finish the script first. Also, I think I'm gonna change the name of the video from the incredibly clickbaity complex inner product complete metric space, just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? To maybe this is where quantum mechanics takes place, because in the last chapter I kind of move on to quantum field theory, but just a tad, just a smidge, just, you know, a little, just a little bit. So yeah, stuff, am I right? I'm not... No one chatting. I get lonely. Fine, I guess I'll just get to recording the video. Whatever. Whatever. Let me just pop some animation in there just to, like... Just anything to establish. There we go. Mathematical space. Oh, this is actually pretty smooth animation. Me. Some coffee first. Okay. Complex inner product complete metric space. otherwise known with the much more confusing Hilbert space name. This is... Okay, no, this sucks. I already hate myself. My goodness, just awful. Life is terrible. Why do we live in... Why do I drink all this water? Just to piss it out this planet's a prison. Complex inner product complete metric space, otherwise known as the much more confusing Hilbert space name. This is where the quantum field theory takes place, and yes, by the end of this video you will understand what this means. But first, we need to start with a simple question. Wow, first chapter already finished. I am just amazing. Streaming I'm gonna study, that's fine. It's fine. Ah, my coffee almost fell over. Okay. Now, simple question. What is a mathematical space? Okay, that question is way more difficult to answer than it seems, but in mathematical terms, it's basically just a set with some rules. And you can think of this and if you think this definition is Wait, this is spoilers for the next video. Yeah, I'm making it on stream. Yes, it is it is indeed spoilers for the next video. If I do get there eventually. What is a mathematical space? Okay, that question is way more difficult to answer than it seems, but in mathematical terms, it basically is just a set with some rules. And if you think that that definition is extremely general, well then, it's kind of meant to be. In order to see why, let's take a look at something slightly different. Euclidean geometry. So how does that work? Well, it works on 5 postulates. We have the first. A straight line segment may be drawn from any given point to any other. Second, a straight line may be extended to any finite length. Third, a circle may be described with any given point at its center and a distance. Why do I keep messing up? May be extended to a straight line may be extended to any finite length. I'm not just throwing money towards my problem with coils. It's a good way to solve any problem. A circle may be described with any given point as its center and any distance as its radius. All right angles are congruent. If a straight line intersects 2 other straight lines and so makes the 2 interior angles on one side of it together less than 2 right angles, then the straight line will meet at a point, if extended far enough, on the side on which the angles are less than 2 right angles. I guess I should have also recorded numbers actually. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. I know why it says 5, it should be 5, whatever. Okay, that last one was a mouthful, but the point is any Euclidean geometry will follow these rules, and any geometry following these rules will be Euclidean, but there is something curious going on with them. You see, to you it may seem like all of these seem obvious, but that's only because Blender uses the Euclidean geometry, and they don't have to be obvious. For example, imagine 2 lines again like this. They are going in parallel, and that's why when we intersect it with another line, the sum of the angles is 2 right angles. But hold on, let's extend them again and zoom out and... oh, would you look at that? And yeah, okay, you might... oh, would you look at that? They intersect. And yeah, okay, you might argue here that these lines are not in fact parallel, but that mostly stems from me trying to visualize elliptic geometry using Euclidean geometry, and in reality, the real reality, if you bend spacetime enough, you can have 2 straight lines cross. That's why it's important to remember that even though some definitions may seem required and obvious and basic common sense, this is mathematics, where the sense is very uncommon. Copper is expensive. Well, how many coils are you buying? I know I myself have a 500 meter coil of copper wire in my storage for reasons, you know, just in case I ever need it. I ever need 500 meters of copper wire. Okay. My mother stayed there. Oh, I see. How expensive is it? You got me curious. I'll be honest with you, I've never bought copper coils on this large of a scale. I don't know, just never, never bought them. Considering my, well, I mean, okay, I did say that as a joke, but like considering my, my tendency to retail therapy, I wouldn't be surprised if I have bought in the past. Or if I will buy it in the future. Subscribe on Patreon to support my retail therapy and me just impulsively buying random garbage to then use in the videos.
Where the sense is very uncommon. Sense is very uncommon.
Where do we finish off? And so that's why, even though these axioms may seem like the most bare-bones simple things based on which you can define a geometry, you can still have a geometry that functions with different axioms, and that's kind of the whole point. And so even though today we'll mostly focus on one singular space, please do keep in mind that this is only one of them. And no matter how obvious something I say may seem, remember that at some point in human history, there probably was a mathematician who just had to step in and mess the whole thing up. And so that's why the concept of space has to be so general. It's just a set with some rules, because you don't know what kind of space you'll create, what kind of rules of space you'll need, and where you like to go with it. And with that in mind, let's talk about the... And then right here is getting kind of right. Let's edit this a bit.
Complex.
Oh, speaking of, instead of singing Vocaloid music, I should actually add some music to the video, not Vocaloid. It's copyright. All right, music. Just pirated SMH. I need the ad revenue. I need the ad revenue. I need the Timu ads to pay me money. But if I do piracy, then the Timu ads won't pay me money. And what will I do then? What would be a good music to start? Jazz Kid, I suppose. That's always a solid choice. Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. Yes, yes. Pop that bad boy down. That's too quiet. Pop that bad boy up. No, this is just too quiet. Volume mixer, I think. Anything else doing? Yeah, okay.
For this,
that's too loud, okay.
a mathematical space. Okay, that question is way more...
There are two makers in the room. Which one is the real one? Which one do we shoot? The same one's on this stream too. Yes, yes, my 10 cents of ad revenue.
What is a mathematical space? Okay, that question is way more difficult to answer than it seems, but the mathematical
Okay, maybe a bit cool.
it basically is just a set with some...
Yeah, we will need to overlay them. It's fine. Frames. Right here. I should add more sound effects to my videos. Give me a second.
What is a mathematical space? Okay, that question is way more difficult to answer than it seems.
I'm a professional. It's so dumb. There we go. That's how professionals make their sound effects. No time to waste.
A mathematical space.
Perfect. Perfection. That's how they do it. That's how you do it in Hollywood, yeah. 5 vine booms in the first minute for engagement.
Mathematical space.
By the way, you're all cursed right now. I just want you to know you're all cursed because when you will watch this video, you will know that I made these sounds and you won't be able to escape that fact for the rest of your lives.
Mathematical space.
Everyone watching the video normally would just think, oh yeah, there's a normal pop sound. But not you. No. You can't unlearn this.
Space. Okay, that question is way more difficult to answer.
There is something off-putting about that, isn't there? Or is it just to me? I don't know, the fact... I don't know, maybe it's just me.
But in mathematical terms, it basically is just a set with some.
Oh wait, yeah, I didn't enhance the voice. Podcast voice. Enhance!
And if you think that that definition is extremely general, well then, it's kind of meant to be. You know,
Okay, then this and this and this. And this one on the right.
with some.
Oh, shucks. Crop as well. There we go. So, how y'all doing? Okay, no, this is terrible. Absolutely terrible. We need to get some kind of conversation topic going because we can't just. It can't just be me editing a video with nothing. That's torture.
If you think that that definition.
Pretty good, actually. Oh, any reason specifically? I'm curious to hear. Or is it just a feel good kind of day?
Extremely general, well then, it's kind of meant to be. In order to see
Had a call with one of my friends and felt good to talk about shit with them. Oh, I see. That's a good reason.
kind of meant to be.
I'm horrible at maintaining friendships, so it felt really awesome. What do you mean you're horrible at maintaining friendships? What is that even supposed to mean? What kind of just negative, horrible self-esteem is that?
In order to see why, let's take a look at
I like never ever reach out. Not all friendships need to be... Wait, what do you mean by reach out? Okay, maybe let's establish that first. Because not all friendships need to be like talking about stuff 24/7 all the time, every second of every day. Make it would know about it. He's an established friend haver. Yeah, exactly. Me and my so many friends that I just go out on just go out for drinks and stuff. Oof, it's man, I barely have any time to work on the videos. I always feel awkward starting any conversation. If you're forcing it, then I suppose that makes sense because you just need to let it flow, you know. The best conversations start themselves. Hey, if you don't just want to start conversation just for the sake of starting conversation, I would say that's fine.
In order to see why, let's take a look at something slightly different.
Or maybe you just need to get yourself an extrovert friend and let them do all the conversation starting, and you just sit back and just join in.
Euclidean geometry. So
Euclidean geometry. Oh wait. Established friend have a Cat's really deep. Yes, that's my second nickname. The first one is obviously the sex haver. That's what they call me out on the streets. I need like an inflating balloon sound. Oh wait, I need to log in. Give me a sec. It's a Quaternion. Actually, I soon will have to make a video of Quaternions. Because it's about time. It might be sooner than later. It might be this month even. Depending on how it goes for me. Oh, I'm looking for sound effects. Inflating? Do you have a sound effect like that? Wait, was that a no? No, balloon. Not pop. Although... opposite. Not deflate, inflate. There is inflate. For more information, look up make it inflation on Google. I like this. Sonic inflation sound effect, exactly. Is that I can never get the conversation started, so I feel like it would be awkward to text them. And then more time passing, it would be even more awkward, etc, etc. God, what's God? No, I pulled the wrong page. Oh, okay, I see. As an artist, you should have fear of me after giving the idea. Don't hit me with the I'm gonna draw you pregnant line, okay? Those threats don't work on me, I have no shame. Trust me, the art of me has been through so much worse already. General anxiety disorder. I would recommend... okay, I don't know if it's gonna work for you, but it works for me. Just be the crazy person. That at least works for me. So for example, like, if I text someone at 3 AM, both their time and my time, just, I don't know, just, hey, I can't even think of a conversation topic that would be weird enough for this hyperbole to work, actually. You know what? I'm actually, let me go through my past messages to see what kinds of conversation starters I used. One of them was that awkward moment when someone sends you the whole "we need to talk" message, but you're low-key bowling with a hearts plus 3 mold joker and repeated joker mold multiplier. That was one of them. Another one was what else do we have? No, these are no, it's not interesting. Sometimes I just send how's life been treating y'all. That's also. Oh, it takes orders when I need them. Oh no, then that's not what I do at all. I'm not talking about gambling. That was also a thing. Yeah, I would send someone a picture of chicken. That also works. That worked for me. Hey, there are some ideas though. Balatro, gambling, and chicken. That's usually my conversation starters. I know. what you're gonna do with that information, but tried and true. What the fuck was that comment above, by the way? I'm not gonna read that. I refuse to read that comment out loud. I just said lobotomy means. I recommend chicken. Chicken walks. Which one would be balloon? Whoosh, close enough. Okay, right here, first of all, parametric equalizer.
With some rules.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And if you think that that definition is extremely general, well then, it's kind of meant to be. In order to see why, let's take a look at something slightly different. Euclidean...
Close enough. Horrid, horrible. Absolutely terrible.
with some rules. And if you think that that definition...
And then 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Set with some rules. And if you think that that definition is extreme...
That's a bit too much.
And if you think that that definition is...
That's a bit too little. And this porridge should be just right.
And if you think that that definition is extremely general, well then, it's kind of meant to be. In order to see why, let's take a look at something slightly different.
Right here, Euclidean geometry. I'm kind of worried about Tau now because I mean, I'm worried where Tau will get the lobotomy memes from. Just get lobotomy and then make, I don't know. I'm curious about logistics. Yeah, what am I doing? Oh, maybe I'm the one with the lobotomy. Because axiom, correct?
Euclidean geometry. So how does that work? Well, it works on 5 postulates. We have the first.
Postulates. It's postulates. I can't pronounce it anyway. Well, why would that matter?
So how does that work? Well, it works on 5 postulates. We have the first. A straight
DIY lobotomy. We've all been there, you know, trying to save a few bucks.
works on 5 postulates.
Man, that guy wasn't happy after it though. That is no lobotomy. Hi, the Sebus. Hi.
So we have the first. A straight line segment may be drawn from...
Okay, this right here, this right here.
straight line segment may be drawn from
Damn it, misclick.
any given point.
There we go.
Given point to any order. Second, given point to any order.
And then right here, we'll need it to go out, but the only problem is that the brightness is all screwed up because of course this. There we go. How about now?
Second, a straight line may be extended to a finite.
And then right here, actually, yeah. We need to remake this a bit. I had to write a passive file format that God does not support from scratch. What kind of file? Cancer is bad. I agree, Sebas. Can't even get a lobotomy without going to dev. The American system is dumb. Rage. As an American, I too want a lobotomy. Oh, why? Come on, Sebas, why? Why? Just because you're... Come on. Is it because, like every single country in the world either makes fun of you or dislikes you or both? When I say you, I mean America, not Americans, by the way. I love my Americans. No one makes fun of America better than Americans. I don't want to get into politics. That's fair. That's fair.
A straight line may be extended. A circle may be described.
What the heck is going on with this? Not two parametric equalizers. Not that at all.
Complex inner product complete metric space, otherwise known as the much more confusing Hilbert space. Name. This is where the quantum field theory takes place, and yet a straight line may be extended to a finite. A circle may be described with any...
There's a sec, so a straight line should be right here. There we go.
A straight line may be extended to any finite length.
No, wait, that's wrong. This is the one.
Any finite length.
Oh, this sucks. Oh, this is terrible. This is absolutely bloody awful. I hate this so much. Ah, shucks. The motion blur is on the first. Yeah, of course this. Of course this. Oh, why didn't I think of that? I guess this is the best we get then. Yeah. Or maybe there would be a way to match the color. Hopefully.
A circle may be described.
Just double the exposure and it looks perfect. How lucky I am.
A straight line may be extended to any finite length. A straight line may be extended to...
No, this is not quite it. Okay. Lower the contrast? No. I think not increase the contrast. Lower the contrast. And lower the exposure. It's the blur that makes it seamless. Damn it! Why am I spending so much time on this? It's fine. Make it. It's fine. You can do it. Oh, sorry, I just blacked out for a second, started thinking about my life and, you know, regret and such. More coffee fixes any problem in life.
A straight line may be extended to any finite line may be extended to any finite line.
Maybe I just need to just do this here. Yeah, should be fine. Ish.
Straight line may be extended to any finite length. A circle may be described with any given point as its center and any distance as its radius.
Okay. Any point is its center. No, that's the transition. That's not what we're looking for. This is the one.
A circle may be described with any given circle may be described with any given point as its center and any distance as its radius.
There we go. I am going so goddamn slowly. Make it. Is YouTube your job? If so, how do you pay for food and rent? Patreon. That's how. that's the reason. It's Patreon. Without Patreon, I wouldn't be able to pay for food and money. And food and money, food and rent. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, YouTube doesn't really pay well for small creators. Shocker, I know. %80 of videos on my channel have some sort of copyright problem on it. Really? I have never had my video even demonetized for copyright. Not even taken down. Taken down is like the more extreme one. I've never even had a copyright claim on any of my videos. On live streams, yeah, sure, because I mean, I do click on links. I also travel paying for money. Yeah, true. I do believe that's called a loan, by the way, paying for money. I'm pretty certain that's just called a loan.
Mathematical space. Okay, that question is
I guess you can't go with the this.
space.
It's gross. So I don't know.
That question is way more difficult to answer than it seems, but in mathematical terms, it basically is just a set with some rules. And if you think that that definition is extremely general, well then, it's kind of meant to be. In order to see why, let's take a look at something slightly.
Let's rearrange this bit.
In order to see why, let's take a look at something slightly different. Euclidean geometry. So, how does that work? Well, it works on 5 postulates. We have the first. A straight line segment may be drawn from any given point to any other.
No, right here we need the
First.
second.
Second.
Stock footage make it saying numbers. There's a bit of thermite basic stuff, but you're all good. If you were a mathematical symbol, which one would you be? I'd be either union symbol or product notation. Any mathematical symbol. I don't know why zeta came to mind for some reason. I really like... I think capital psi, you know? I think capital psi. Or lambda. Lambda, lowercase lambda. Lowercase lambda or capital psi. Be flat. The pie creature from Free Blue and Brown.
Second. Point to any other. Second. A straight line may be extended. Second. A straight line may be extended to any finite length.
Okay, this one should be a bit like... There we go. A bit more time should be left there. For pondering and whatnot. Oh yeah, I forgot the freaking fun police here. I mean, the thing. Hi, the time in. Did you switch to live chat? I didn't actually. I actually did not in fact switch to live chat. There we go. No, I did. It might be an Americanism. I don't think it is an Americanism. I have heard it plenty of times. Yeah, couple is like taking the easy way. Okay, it was unprecedented 1/8 exposure. And then a third. I'm fine. I'm the left yourself top chat. I agree. I don't know why it starts by default with top chat. Well, maybe because top chat lets more messages through with lower traffic. I don't know.
Third, a circle may be described with any given point. Third, a circle may
Okay, that sounds weird. Let's try it again.
length.
Third, a circle may be described. Is that still weird?
A circle may be described.
Maybe kind of. Let's see.
Third, a circle may be described with any given point.
Kind of weird, but I'm willing to let it pass.
As its radius. All right angles are congruent. As its radius.
Fourth, all right angles are congruent.
Fourth, all
Right here.
if a straight line
Okay. All right angles are congruent. Is these three?
all right angles are congruent. right angles are congruent.
Okay. Baked potatoes, I remember passing out with my clothes while eating them. Then I was too drunk on sleep to figure out how to leave the voice call. Stop trying people who don't respond to the T release. I have seen spam get through with Top Chat. I have seen it. That's what I said in theory. That's a cop out now. I think Top Chat is only for highlighting relevant messages. They're going even more in depth, where it's not only they don't only like remove spam, they remove any message that YouTube deems irrelevant. Which, I mean, I suppose it works for big streamers, where if there is some uninteresting irrelevant comment, they just remove it. It also filters NSFW sometimes. Oh, but that's by default. YouTube does that on everything. I have content moderation enabled by YouTube because it's very convenient. So, for example, you cannot say the N-word in chat. I find that really convenient. I like that feature. Personally. So YouTube already filters out the more undesirable messages by default. Which I do believe is good. I do believe it is good.
If a congruent. Right angles are congruent.
And then there's the fifth.
If a straight
Okay, I hope it will be. I hope it will be hearable. For example, Canon said 6 at the beginning and it got blocked by Top Track, but when I switched to all, it appeared. Am I able to say the slurs that apply to me? I don't think so. I think YouTube permits that. Damn, this is garbage. I don't have any slurs that apply to me. Life sucks. Woke DEI will not allow me to say things like sex. How do you even know what comments are interesting? It's not like there's a human who can read through them, and AI is not nearly at the stage to do such a thing. What do you mean AI is not nearly at the stage to do such a thing, Timon? What do you mean by that? Obviously they do it with AI. What else do you think it's done? There is no algorithm for detecting hateful comments, for example. Or at the very least, the ones that do exist are horrible. Obviously they do it with AI. Make it... Don't you remember? Oh, I forgot. Right. I sometimes forget though. You know how annoying it is? Just when I just sometimes forget that I'm gay and have sex with women. It's woof. It's so annoying. Okay, I'll get back to making a video. You're gay? My gay? No, my gay is not here with us right now.
And then there's the fifth. There's the fifth.
Let's give it some breathing room right here. And then... My gay is with me, was your gay. Why don't have my gay with me? For you, happens with that. I'll be kissing men, I'll just remember. It's annoying, isn't it? Oh my goodness. I actually have a reminder of my phone on my phone to remind me that I'm actually supposed to have sex with men, not women.
There's the fifth. If a straight line intersects two other straight lines and so makes the two interior angles on one side of it together less than two right angles, then the
Okay, I hope this one will work.
straight lines and so make. If a straight line intersects two other straight lines and so line intersects two other straight lines and so makes the two interior angles on one side of it together less than two right angles, then the straight line will meet at a point if extended far enough on the side on which the angles are less than two right angles. I should have also recorded numbers actually.
Okay, there we go.
And then there's the fifth. If a
The flow of this is a bit wacky, but I mean,
If a straight line intersects two other straight lines and so makes the two interior angles on.
yeah, piss. This does suck. This sucks. This sucks. I hate it all. I hate it completely. I hate it so much. Wait, make it. Can you check the gender of people you have sex with? Isn't that the whole chore? Is it even worth the effort? That's what I'm saying. The fanboy thesis. Collapse the sexuality wave function through the observation of partner's gender. Exactly. I'm glad that Thais was paying attention to my insane ramblings.
Straight line intersects two other straight lines and so makes the two interior angles on one side together less than two right angles, then the straight line will meet at a point if extended far enough on the side on which the angles are less than two right angles. Fourth and fifth. And why it says five, it should be fair. Okay, that last one. Okay, that last one was a mouthful, but the point is, it's a mouthful, but
Okay. This.
the point is, any Euclidean geometry will follow these.
The animations have been a bit wacky and suck and crap and whatever.
May be drawn from any given point to any other. Second, a straight line may be extended to any finite length. Third, a circle may be described with any given point as its center and any distance as its radius.
Is the music too loud or am I crazy?
All right
I think it is. Set gain -2.
angles are congruent. And then there's the fifth. If a straight line intersects two other straight lines and so makes.
I can't believe it's much. Is it? Oh, wait, is it? Oh, it is. Oof. Oh, you didn't have to tell me that. Sebas. That's mean. You did not, in fact, have to tell me that. Okay. This is 10, 20, 37. You know what's funny, Tha? You know what's always funny to me? That one day it will genuinely be 2037. Like, isn't that a wild concept? Okay, I know that I sound like I'm high right now, okay? But hear me out. Isn't it wild that one day it will genuinely, unironically be 2037? That right now we can just be funny and pretend like, oh yeah, it's actually the time is passing so quickly. But one day it will genuinely pass. Like, for example, there was this meme going around like, oh, I can't believe 2017 was just 10 years ago. Okay? And like, fucking hell, in 2 years that meme will no longer be a joke. That meme will like be a genuine thing. In 2 years, that meme will be post-ironic. No, stop making stuff, please.
One side of it together less than 2 right angles, then a straight line will meet at a point if extended far enough on the side on which the angles are less than 2 right angles. Okay, that last one. Okay, that last one was a mouthful, but the point is any Euclidean geometry will follow these rules. And any geometry following these rules will be Euclidean, but there is something curious going on with them. You see, to you it may seem like all of these seem obvious, but that's only because Blender uses the Euclidean geometry, and they don't.
Okay, so next what we want is it this? No, that's...
Have to be obvious. For example, imagine 2 lines again like this.
There we are. The first this is gonna be a decade old. In the entire other part of the universe, there's a volcano erupting on a random exoplanet that hasn't been discovered yet. These are like very, very high people thoughts, isn't it? I can't believe 2029 was 10 years ahead of time flies by. Hi there, that Italian mapper. Hi, welcome.
They are going in parallel, and that's one. When we intersect it with another line, the sum of the angles is is 2 right angles. But hold on, let's extend them again and zoom out and oh, would you look at that? And yeah, okay, hold on.
And then this.
Let's extend them again and zoom out and oh, would you look at that? And oh, would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? They intersect. They intersect. Yeah, okay, you might argue here that these lines are not in fact parallel.
Is Peppers fruit since it contains seeds inside? Yes, that's because fruit is a botanic term, vegetable is a culinary, and that's why peppers are both a fruit and a vegetable. Mind blowing, no.
That's me trying to visualize elliptic geometry using Euclidean geometry.
By that logic, tomatoes are also fruit. Yes, they are both a fruit and a vegetable. Those are not mutually exclusive.
And yeah, okay, you might argue here that these lines are not in fact parallel, but that mostly stems from me trying to visualize elliptic geometry using Euclidean geometry, and in reality,
This is a proper good visualization, if not for the fact that it is really confusing, which I mean makes that means that this isn't actually good visuals. Whatever.
In reality, the real reality, if you bend space-time enough, you can have two straight lines cross. That's why it's important to remember that even though some definitions may seem...
I feel like this is confusing, but I don't know how to fix it.
The real reality, if you bend space-time enough, you can have two straight lines cross. That's why it's important to remember that even though some definitions may seem required and obvious and basic common sense, this is mathematics. Basic common sense, this is mathematics.
Okay, there we go. Geometry color. This is gonna be a proper good video. My cat is meowing at me until I pet her. I'm too overwhelmed. See me to pet her. I feel bad. No, Sebas. I feel like more people should be referring to them as cunts. Because you know what? That's just appropriate. Many different sounds. Yeah. This is basically their version of Tinder timing. Maybe aliens don't have live chat turned on. That's why they keep ignoring us.
Sense, this is mathematics, where the sense is very uncommon. Where the sense is very uncommon. And so that's why even...
Why does it sound so weird? Obvious to parametrical lights, of course.
So that's why even though this is very uncommon. And so that's why even though these axioms may seem like the most bare-bones simple things based on which you can define a geometry, you can still have a geometry that functions with different axioms, and that's kind of the whole point. And so that's why even though these axioms may seem like
They were talking like normal people in a foreign language. Yeah, why do you think they don't do that though? It's Tinder for them. Crowder. Cunt is the slur for cats. How do you make the title for live stream without knowing what chat is going to talk after? What do you mean? That has nothing to do with that. YouTube is allergic to no emojis. That is true. You know, we should just embrace the shitpost of these emojis. It's what I think.
may seem like the most bare-bones simple things based on which you can define a geometry, you can still have a geometry that functions with different axioms, and that's kind of the whole point. And so even though today we'll mostly focus on one singular space, please do keep in mind that this is only one of them. And no matter how obvious something I say may seem, remember that at some point in human history, there probably was a mathematician who just had to step in and mess the whole thing up.
Grothending jumpscare. Such a dumb shit pose, but like I spent time making this Grothending jumpscare animation, and man, was it worth it.
that at some point in human history, there probably was a mathematician who just had to step in and mess the whole thing up. And so that's why the concept of space has to be so general. It's just a set with some rules, because you don't know what kind of space you'll create, what kind of rules of space you'll need, and where you like to go with it. And with that in mind, let's talk about the whole thing. And so that's why the concept of space has to be so general. It's just a set with some rules, because you don't know what kind of space you'll create. Of space you'll need and where you like to go with it. And with that in mind, let's talk about and then right here.
And there we go. First chapter finished, y'all. That was... How long did it took me? It took me an hour. That was quick. Yeah, there we go. Now I won't be jumpscared. Thanks for spoiling it. Not my Grothendjig jumpscare. Okay. This finished so far. Mickey, I found a Chrome extender that auto switches to live chat. I don't use Chrome. Is that an issue? Well, like, is it important for that add-on that I use Chrome? Maybe there's a top and standard documentaries you'd pay Chrome money for, except it's free and there's a mandatory shitpost smack there every 10 minutes. That's the reason why they're free is so that I can do my shitposts. It's a fee I'm willing to pay. Listen, I understand it can't be a professional documentary if it has a shitpost in it. I get it. Metric space. Oh goody. This is the worst chapter of the video. Well, maybe second worst. Okay. Metric space, and someone just fucking blew something up outside my apartment. Well, okay, let's try again. Metric space, and so for this metric space segment, we'll obviously start with a topological space. Hey, I never promised the video makes sense, right? Okay, so topology is a topic for another video, but to oversimplify for now, let's say that you have a set like this with a bunch of elements inside. If you want this set to have a topology, it basically needs to exclude every single union. This says include, not exclude. If you want this set to have a topology, it basically needs to include every single union and intersection of its set. So, okay, for this example, it's simple enough. Let's just add some subsets and ask the question of, is this a topological space? Maybe there's some extension for it? I mean, maybe. I don't care for it enough to actually...
Metric space and
You can hear the explosion.
space and
Very subtle.
metric space.
Am I going too quickly in this video? Oh, 3 minutes to explain sets. I would say that's more than enough. Well, spaces, actually.
Is this a topological space? Of, is this a topological space?
Well, in order for it to be a topological space, we need the set, which we already have, and the rules. In this case, that rule being topology. So, in this set, this is not a topology, because there are certain sets whose unions we are just missing. And so we need to go over all the sets and add the unions of them there. Now, is this a topology? Well, no, that's because there are certain intersections which we're missing. So for example, this one and this one, or all of these. But there, after all of this work, we end up with a topology. And now the question of how you'd use this topological space, or what can you describe with it, is a story for another time. But for now, I'd like us to focus on one thing. The concept of topology can be extended into a space, in which you could think of... This concept of topology can be extended into a space, in which you can think of it like a certain area, but in our definition we haven't actually defined the distance at all. That's because in topology, even though there is a concept of closeness, there is no concept of distance. So for 2 points, you could say how close they are, but you can't measure how close they are. Oh, there's gonna be lots of cuts. More cuts than the Taz Balatro meme. Oh well, there's such an Eastern Europe moment. Not just random people exploding around the sub, but just fully ignoring it. What am I supposed to do? Stop my recording? Until this beautiful green and blue marble stops spinning, we're gonna pretend as if it's just gonna keep on spinning. Make rocks, homeless people throw a pedestrian just for fun. Because it's really dodge. Honestly, homeless people have the right mindset in your neighborhood then. You're not the one who was throwing the rocks, and honestly, it says a lot. You could have been throwing the rocks, but no, you were just walking around, all boring, whatever.
But you can't measure how close they are.
Now right here you could say, make it. What do you mean? You're visualizing them around in different places and they clearly have some distance between them, but no. This is just me visualizing it. There is no distance because we haven't defined it. A counter to this would be something called a metric space, which is a space, so a set of elements, with rules, those rules being metric, meaning that you do have a distance. This distance will be defined by a distance function. What is a distance function? Well, whatever you want it to be, honestly, and okay. As an example, imagine that you have a game with some kind of world with a bunch of players. In this world, these players would be all in different places, and so if you want to define a distance function, it could just be a simple Pythagorean, so the three-dimensional one. The distance between players would literally be just the distance. That's simple. But the important part here is the fact that this is not restricted to just the literal physical space we're familiar with. So for example, we can take all of our player data and we can check their health, attack and mana. And now with this we can create another metric space. So basically you can imagine it as the space with 3 dimensions, the health, the attack and the mana. In this case you could place all the players in different places and there. Now you can check the distance between players to see Now you can check the distance between their players to see the difference between their strengths. But here's the kicker. This distance you can define to whatever we'd like. It doesn't have to be a Pythagorean, it can just be the sum of differences. Or even we can say that we value attack twice as much as health, for example. So if we had 2 players with different skill sets, then this distance on the right would be much greater, even though they are technically the same length. Now you may say, make it, how can this distance be greater if this distance, I mean the second one, clearly seems stronger? But to that I say, so what? I mean the second one, why is there, I mean the second one? Make it, how can this distance be greater than this distance? I mean the second one clearly seems longer. But to that I say, so what? The length here is just how I'm visualizing this metric space. And so the way it doesn't matter. And so that way, the length here is just how I'm visualizing this metric space, and so that way it doesn't really matter. The fact is that this distance is just greater in our metric space, because the distance function is a part of it. And so there, by now you should understand how different spaces work. It's the set with some rules, and for our metric space, it just means a set with a certain definition of distance. Now we can add some adjectives. I love how sometimes I just write something down the script that confuses me so much I need to take 7 takes just recording it. Are you making a game? No, I'm not. Although I could. That would be an interesting video topic, I suppose. Okay, 2 segments second segment recorded. It looks like it might be 6 minutes, probably. Maybe 7. And then we still have 3 more segments to go. Okay, so. Metric space. Initial. Right, there is a bunch.
What kind of space you'll create, what kind of rules of space you'll need, and where you like to go with it. And with that in mind, let's talk about the metric space.
No, gross. That sound is just gross.
So for this metric
Much better.
space, and so for this metric space segment, we'll obviously start with topological space. Start with topological space.
Okay. Hi, Denoni. Hi. Done. Let me just get the thing, the stuff, the jig. You know what? Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Just give me a sec. I'm back. Everything's falling apart. Okay, so back to it then. We need music. What music? Second chapter, Oddkit. Groovy. I like it. I'm fine with. There we go. This.
Metric space, and so for this metric space segment, we'll obviously start with topological space.
And right here we need pauses. There we are. There we go.
Hey, I never promised the video makes sense, right? Okay, so topology is a topic for another video, but to oversimplify for now, let's say that you have a set. So topology is the video makes sense, right? Okay, so topology, I promise the video makes sense.
We need some kind of black screen to break the continuity.
Okay, so topology is a topic for another video, but to oversimplify for now, let's say that you have a set like this with a one.
I did add too many elements to that set because then I had to freaking make 3 million other sets. Kind of regretting my decision there, but I mean... Hide the stamp! Eating baby potatoes in my hand made me feel like I'm in Minecraft. Make it, have you sci-fi? I know that name. Wait, where did I know that name from? Is it a Python thing? It is a Python thing. I heard of that. I don't remember using it. I don't even remember what it is, but I knew it was a Python thing, so I have heard of it.
If you want this set to have a topology, it basically needs to exclude every single union. If you want if you want this set to have a topology, it basically needs to include every single union and intersection of its set. So, okay, for this example, it's simple enough. Let's just add some subsets and ask the question of, is this a topological space?
59.7. So go to 60k. Yeah, we are, aren't we? Aren't we indeed? Let me actually check how much we're getting a day to see how long, to make a rough estimate. Around 100. 3 days? Wait, what? 3 days. Well, actually, I'm going to upload. Almost time for the Q&A special. Yuduria is not gonna be a good one, right? Quantum Field Theory 3 is going to blow up. I know that you probably meant blow up, but I think I prefer the term blow up, actually. It feels more appropriate. I think this video might blow up, actually. I forgot about Q&A. Yeah, you're not the only one, Ta. Hi, Tefta. How you doing? How are things going for you?
Is this a topological space?
There we go. Let's remove this and pop it in.
Space. Well, in order for it to be a topological space, we need the set, which we already have, and the rules. In this case, that rule being topology. So, in this set, this is...
The best portions of this video are really good, but the worst portions of this video suck so much. Like, the thing is, explanation of a metric space is not terrible with the game analogy. The explanation of the Cauchy sequences is phenomenal. It's amazing. But then to get there, we need to go through topology. I'm really looking forward to the next video. Really? I have a couple of next videos coming, actually. Okay. I need a stretch before this one because it causes me physical pain to know that this segment of the video will be this terrible.
It's not a topology, because there are certain...
What's a... Tefta, can you stop please using smart words in my presence? I don't know smart people words. Oh my goodness, that I take it back. That's a really good. That's actually a phenomenal. Wow, that's so descriptive. Never mind. That's, you know what? I take everything I said back. I take it back. Please do use smart people words. This is actually. This is really okay. That is so appropriate. Cadence. I like it. I like it a lot.
sets whose unions we are just...
Oh no, mind. We have an animation for it.
Is this a topological space? Well, in order for it to be a topological space, we need this set, which we already have, and the rules. In this case, that rule being topology. So, in this set, this is not a topology, because there are certain sets whose unions we are just...
Okay, there we go. Slightly less terrible now. I'm so try to be terrible. Okay, well... Me, can't see smaller than stream because I'm on the phone. Cadence, you know how I... hold on. Allow me to read it for you. Actually, I can just zoom in if you want. There. In Western musical theory, a cadence, cadences falling, is the end of a phrase in which the melody or harmony creates a sense of full or partial resolution, especially if in music of the 16th century onwards. So, you know, starting with the Fourier transform being mysterious, ending on the Fourier transform being explained. That's such a nice compliment. I like. I'm thinking about the old cadence, but at the same time, I'm thinking about this segment, which is absolutely terrible, and I hate it so much.
Missing. And so we need to go over all the
Because, like, this isn't visible.
unions. We are just
This needs to be quicker, that's the problem. I really messed up with this segment. Because I added so many elements into that set. Look how many lines there are. Nothing is visible there.
missing. And so we need to go over all the sets and add the unions of them. There. Go over.
How am I so bad at this? Do it full time. Okay, there we go. Those are all the unions and all the intersections. Union, union, union.
So we need to go over all the sets and add the unions of them.
There we go. There. This should be it.
The sets and add the unions of them. There. Now, is this a topology? Well, no. That's because there are certain intersections which we're missing. So, for example, this one and this one, or all of these. But
Or all of these. We have 3, which means we can do rhythmically or all of these. That's 4. Or all of these. Maybe a bit quick, but let's see.
this one and this one, or all of these. But there.
Not bad. Not bad. There's also the pink DJ Penguin from Club Penguin Online. Okay, this needs more of an accent because I am absolutely terrible. I really hate myself for doing it this way because that's such a dumb way to do it. But it's fine because we have this glorious arrow. Remember, by the way, Tefta, when I asked you for an arrow, I don't know if you remember, I specifically told you that arrow is like one of the top graphics I'm missing and that I will use it a whole bunch. To this day, I don't think there's been a video in which I haven't used this arrow. It appears so often. Precisely in times like these where I just visualize something in a really dumb way and need to correct it afterwards. Why did I do it with so many elements? It's idiotic. I shouldn't have done that. It's fine.
Love the arrow. I like it.
Oh, hi, Teft. It really is great. So,
I
like,
really like all your videos. Like the cadence, the way that it flows from one to the next. It's so awesome. It's fun to watch them. I'm looking forward to all of them.
I don't know how to respond to. Thank you.
Yeah, you totally get 1 million subs, man.
I hope so. By the way, I don't know if I can talk about it on stream. It feels kind of the portal thing, which I added to the Discord.
Oh yeah.
I
You probably can because I mean.
Yes. So, I mean, I already mentioned it briefly in the Patreon channel that I have joined basically tech creator cult community, tech creator community. Okay, as funny as that joke would be, I don't wanna just give this sort of bad aftertaste that it is. No, it's actually a really lovely community. It feels I am such a black sheep there, by the way, because everyone else. First of all, glad you agree. But second of all, everyone else is just like a no. Because you will see why I'm such a black sheep. Everyone else there, basically, whenever I look for anything they've made, it's always like, oh, they've basically made like They work with processors, so you know, with ARM. They make just DIY like fashion accessories with technology. It's incredible. Or they make some other kind of prototypes and all these stuff. And then there's just like me, who's just making videos about like chemistry and physics, and me who hasn't done anything with electronics or anything practical yet. And
You made a 8x8 matrix.
I haven't made a. That is a shamefully low bar. But believe it or not, despite how simple that project will be, I am gonna make a video about it. I am making a video. The video will be a bit cooler.
Video too simple. Like
I do agree.
there's thousands of levels. Like there's so many tiers that people are on in terms of learning. Like especially since you do physics videos and you can like your videos when you're talking about capacitors and stuff fascinate me and the stuff with electricity. So bringing it into the real world, I think, is super cool, even if it's just for an example or whatever.
The thing is, the video, the 8x8, actually, I think it is going to be a bit cooler than, because, okay, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler for a video, but only a bit. I'm basically going to do the Make It thing, where each chapter like has its own theme, and I basically divide the video into seven chapters. And the conclusion of that video will be really lovely. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't count to 7. Well, not all of us have the counting skills that normally people learn in kindergarten. 4, 5, 6, 7. Equal-ish. There we go. Basically, the conclusion of this video will be what the robot video was supposed to be, which basically is that this project will be really simple, trivially simple. It's just a freaking joystick with an 8x8. Making it any simpler would be genuinely dangerous, because then I might not have a project left. So this time I'm not biting off too much. I mean, true, I am actually something for my capabilities. I'm glad of that. And I want to divide it into 7 chapters. The first one being the idea, the second one being the program, the third one being the electronic, the fourth one being the electricity, the fifth one being the mechanical, the sixth one being the assembly. I missed one. I don't remember which one I missed though. I think, no, hold on. Assembly is the 7th. The 6th one is the, I don't have a color for it, but basically like building it, assembly, and then test plus stuff, plus additional. And the thing is, I want to get this project as a starting project for all of my practical videos in the future. Because whenever I see people doing practical stuff, I always just get so upset that I'm not doing it, instead of making videos about freaking topological space. I don't know, complex inner product complete metric spaces, which sounds like a thrilling topic.
You know, I still need to send you my SPI video. Maybe you can do a cameo in that.
Oh, hell yeah, I want to.
Unlisted link, because I thought you could pop behind the couch on one of it. Because I already mentioned you, and the hat is sitting right next to me, so I'll send you that.
I would love to pop in that. Electronics vs electricity was one of my top Make It videos. The idea was good for it. I was trying to make a sequel, but then I just didn't. The first, was it half an hour of the sequel is finished, but I just never bothered to finish it completely. And so on Patreon, there's just this one video that's like fully done. Like 1/3 of it is just fully done, sitting there, finished with everything, that I just never bothered to finish enough to actually post it on YouTube. And it's just comical. Tefta is very quiet. Oh yeah. That is my fault, because I had the Premiere as high volume. There we go. Now it's fixed. That was a weird spelling. Just say 01. It's gonna be easier. Easy way to spell it. MDE equals 01. That just.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the full legal name of TFTA for those who don't know.
Mm-hmm. I had to get it changed. Now, don't make fun of this video, because part of it's stupid, so
Have you seen my
the rough
video?
cut.
Have Tefta, come on.
Yeah, Mr. 60,000 subscribers. I have seen your videos.
Okay, but like my Tefta, I would just like to mention that. Oh, I don't even know which video to pick actually to make my point. You know what? I'm gonna pick the acid video. My most recent video right now is a video with professional chemists about their actual research. Whilst here is what the video that I have made myself about chemistry looks like.
It's beautiful.
And you're calling part of your video stupid? This
That
is,
looks cool though. I like it.
it's comical because this is an actual proper distillation setup because safety, obviously. To everyone watching
yeah.
right now, also, as much as I think it's fine to cheap out on chemistry equipment because most of it is extremely expensive, don't go cheap on the glassware because the glassware is actually worth its price because it's not typical glass. It's actually special kind of glass that's meant to resist extreme temperature changes. And so in this case, this is actually a professional distillation setup, which was kind of expensive. I did not buy any stands for it though, because those were the ones that weren't actually required. And so I just put a Canon box and I just didn't even buy a pipe or anything for the second one. The water was pouring. I don't know what flavor of stupid the part of your video is because silly. I think silly.
It's hokey. It's hokey. I tried to have a word of the day, and the word of the day is solipsism. And like, I don't know why I choose these things. And then it was supposed to be a funny bit where I'm smoking an e-cigarette pipe, and then I just literally go into it and nerd out. So you're seeing an edited version, but it's stupid. It's corny.
I think silly will be way more appropriate than stupid because stupid has a negative tone to it, like, oh, due to lack of intelligence, it's bad. But silly, I think, is more appropriate. I think
Yes.
silly is a very positive word in these corners.
It's funny, but not intentionally. How about that? It's funny because you can make fun of yeah.
I would argue that if you can,
I was trying to be funny.
I would argue that if you can acknowledge that it's funny right now, then it is intentional. If it was post fact, if you uploaded the video and then you realize it's funny, then no. If right now, if it's still in the making process, I would say it's intentionally funny. Mickey, do you want to make a video on my inverters? I could try. The thing is, I haven't done all that many videos about practical things. So far, the most recent one is indeed a practical video, comically enough. It's just that it's a practical video about a project that isn't mine. It's the Flames one. Then in 5, maybe 7 days, I should have the video about the 8x8 finished. I realized one thing which is kind of weird for me. I realized that I wanted to parallelize my work a bit so that I would be working on the quantum field theory video and the practical video at the same time. And then it just hit me that I don't need to because, I mean, the more I work on the practical video, there will be nothing stopping me. I won't have to wait for PCBs. I won't have to wait for something to 3D print because I already have a 3D printer and this is too simple for a custom-made PCB. So I suppose I might actually finish it quicker than later. I really should. So I need some pressure on my certain videos. Last video took 2 weeks. This arrow.
I'm working on a video right now where I am making a portable Raspberry Pi Zero that will record what I'm doing and be input for custom AI. And then the second video I'm filming right now after the SPI one is I actually bought this $13 desk lamp to read at night, but it's way too bright. So of course I just opened it up and I'm going to hack into it. So I have some shots of the oscilloscope measuring the output. And it's interesting because it's a single data wire, but they actually do some kind of like modulated AC. It's really weird, the signal. So it probably will never get published because I'll record 20 hours of footage and then it will never be a video, but we'll see. I still try.
Wait, A single data. Wait, what's the data going for? Just brightness?
Yes. Yeah, so it's actually a white yellow LED pair. So it
Oh.
pulses in between 0 and 5 volts, just pulse width modulated for like the control. But then instead of going from 0 to 5, it goes to like 4 volts to 5 volts and bounces back and forth. And somehow that signal tells the yellow LEDs to emit a color. So there's some signal processing going on another board, but it's probably the one connected to the LEDs at the end of the lamp, but I'm just going to try to hack it from the other side, just with a single wire, because it sounds fun.
That does sound fun. What's the topological space? Italian mappe, I really wish I had a better answer for you, but the only answer I have will be not so great. I kind of in this video, I'm basically going to repeat everything I would explain in this video, but basically a topological space is a space in which if you have 2 points, you can tell like how close they are together, but you can't measure how close they are together. So basically, it goes with sets, where basically if you have 3 objects, like 3 elements like these, or 3 points, mathematicians call them, then this would be a topological space. And you can see that there is a certain like concept of closeness, because when the sets intersect, then there is a way I can explain it, but mathematicians will hate me for it, like truly hate me. So bear with me.
Sounds like clickbait right there. Mathematicians will hate me for telling
Mathematicians, yeah. The top 5 facts about topological spaces that mathematicians hate. Number 5 made Grothendrick sweat or something. Okay, so if you imagine all of these areas like colored in different colors like this, then there would basically be like 3-4 different places here. And so with this, you would have a certain concept of closeness. So, you know, the blue, the green are in between yellow and orange, but you can't tell how far away the orange and the yellow are. Does that make sense? You can't say how far they are, but you know that if you switch them around, then you basically have a bit of a different topology. Yeah, kind of. Good. And also why it shouldn't make any sense. But basically, topological space is based on that. The reason why it's using topology is because, you know, the whole bit of a coffee mug and a donut are the same thing. You know, the whole bit, because both of them have only one hole. Like this is the hole, this is the hole. That's kind of why topological spaces kind of matter, because this property, if put into words more rigorously, means that you can shift objects around without eliminating some of their properties. So for example, in a topological space, you could morph a coffee cup into a donut without losing the hole in the middle. The hole will always be there. And that's why distance doesn't matter. You know, the distance from this point to this point doesn't really matter. You don't care for it. What you care about is the fact that the hole never disappears. So that's a topological space. In the video, I'm using it as a counter to a metric space, because in a topological space, you have the set and then you have a topology, like this. In a metric space, you have a set and then you have a distance function, which, as the name would suggest, gives you the distance between 2 objects. So elements or points. I don't know why I say objects. That's the one name that actually isn't included anywhere. Is referred to as elements, referred to as points, is never referred to as an object. So distance between element X and element Y would be something. And basically for each metric space you define the distance. That makes sense. I am really glad then if that makes sense. Because, oh wow, I am really happy with this video, because there's this one visualizations that I've just done such a good job of making. Make it. How much practical videos you want to make? Love them, they're all fun, but they're not. Here we go. Equivalent thing, summary, insanely good explanation about one of your favorite topics. I really enjoy your practical videos. I really love them. I'm just hoping won't overtake too much, because I love the theoretical ones even more. In the end, I would like to completely switch to practical videos. or rather almost completely, where a theoretical video will be, once in a blue moon, but the main ones will be practical. For a very simple reason, eventually I will run out of theory to talk about. I already have that problem. Once I'm finished with the quantum field theory series, I won't be able to go back to the quantum field theory video because it'll be just a reheated dinner, Once I reach the end of this series, once I reach, what does eventually mean? Well, I honestly don't know how quick I'll go. I imagine I'll go way slower for chemistry than for physics, but eventually when I explain the electron wave functions, for example, with the quantum field theory video, there won't be really much more for me to add there. And I think it would be much better to then just go into practical videos. I really want to, in the end, I really, really want to put some of that extremely theoretical theory into really practical practice. I think that would be really cool. Basically, that's why I want to get into practical videos as soon as possible to also develop that skill set, because that's the main skill set I'm missing. The thing is, every single practical project seems simple in theory. The problem is in theory, and it's a practical project. In practice, it is always way, way, way more difficult because there's 70 billion different problems you wouldn't even think about. And so I just need to develop that skill set of handling those problems, which I simply do not have right now because I haven't done enough of those. Pretty sure you can't run out of theory. Yeah, but eventually the theory gets so specific and so exact that I don't think it would be worth making a video of.
You do quaternions in extended electrodynamics before they summarize them to 4 Maxwell's equations.
Actually, do plan on making a video of quaternions and electro.
Yeah, well, so our modern electromagnetism is distilled down from the quaternions that Maxwell did. And there's like 20 some equations, and now it got distilled down to 4. And so we know of them only as the 4 that most people talk about. But in a lot of high-end physics circles, it's extended electrodynamics is coming into to be interesting because there's still anomalous effects that can't be explained, right? So thus why we have theories and not laws.
I suppose I'll be honest, I didn't know that much about Maxwell's equations. Actually, I genuinely thought there were 4 of them.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that it's interesting, but there's always people poking and prodding. Who knows where the next breakthrough will come? Because the breakthrough that we're looking for in physics that we've been stagnant for 50 to 60 years is, something that we can test in a lab.
I mean, yeah, it's the fact that we don't have a theory of everything up to this point is certainly the main one. But wait.
So there's a hole somewhere. So there's an assumption that we have that doesn't make sense, and a lot of people are looking at extended electrodynamics, which then most people then go to Maxwell's equations.
That is interesting, actually.
And they're in quaternion form, they're not very easy to use. So it's like you wouldn't give that to an engineer, so they had to make them plausible. But in doing so, you have to get rid of some effects. So if you look at the original equations, there's different types of waves that should exist that don't. That actually are measurable. And what's interesting is you can measure some of these things, which is fascinating. So we don't have an equation for these measurements that we get. So there's a hole in our theory somewhere.
That's actually really, really interesting because I always thought of the electromagnetic interaction as the one we know the best. I mean, okay, it is the one we know the best. It's just that
it's the worst. It depends on what your criteria is, of course.
Oh,
but it's a horrible abstraction, and it feels that's. But I'm mostly listening to Brett Weinstein. So he's pretty big onto some stuff like this, and he talks to a lot of people. So podcasts and crap. So I'm not that knowledgeable, but of the people that seem very smart in the community, they're very interested in extended electrodynamics.
I mean, I do have to say, electrodynamics certainly is the most impactful way you can do something in physics, because when you look at almost anything, I always find this fact so comical, that when you look at almost anything in reality, except for gravity itself, or the things that holds nucleus together, except for those two, everything is just electromagnetism. Like light and waves, that's the obvious ones. No, matter itself, that's electromagnetism. Whenever you touch something, that's electrons. That's not actually the nucleus. The nucleus is just sitting there. That's mostly electrons. All of chemistry, the heat, temperature, basically anything in existence is just electromagnetism, which is incredibly impactful.
So what's interesting is somebody was describing on a podcast that a superconductor was almost like it's a single atom, right? And like they're so close together somehow. So I was listening to stuff about topological superconductors and what that might look like. And did you see the article from Microsoft where they like said, "Hey, we got quantum computers"?
Oh yeah, the quantum chip. I actually like that chip.
That's crazy. I didn't look into it, but
well, if I do remember correctly, it's basically they used not quite. It's not okay. It is a quantum computer, or rather quantum chip, but the quantum chip is using actually some way bigger particles. I don't even know. I don't think they're elementary. But it's using basically way bigger particles because otherwise they couldn't get the measurements, which is still impressive feat of engineering.
Well, that's why I think that you can design a material, maybe if you could like 3D print atoms somehow, to be arranged in such a manner that it would exist as a superconductor.
Do we know what superconductors are?
All of this work we end up with
Because we know what anything is?
I mean, I don't know, because if I remember correctly, superconductors actually. I double check this every now and then when I mention it. Hold on. Superconductor. If I remember correctly, there wasn't actually a single theory explaining conventional theories. Yeah, okay, so there is.
Well, the theory I heard though is just that the molecules are arranged in such a manner that they are treated sometimes as like one atom instead of a chain of atoms when it comes to electricity. But that's like dumbed down version, my level. I'm probably wrong too.
I mean, no, because if I remember correctly, there actually isn't a single completely accepted theory. This is basically the equivalent of like Newtonian mechanics of our understanding. We don't really know all that well what superconductors are. We know that they work. We have a lot of descriptions of how they work, but we don't actually have an accurate model of what makes a superconductor a superconductor.
Yeah.
And no resistance to negative. Yeah.
But one of the things with quantum computing, you want superconductors because those can actually be used as amplifiers, right? Because your signal to noise ratio, you have to get the signal somehow. And when you're measuring these small energies, I think it's crazy. My mind just explodes when I try to read anything about quantum computers, which usually has to do with superconductors. I think for that reason. I don't know. I need to ask AI about that.
It's just resistance free, right? Or are we talking about why? Yeah, the why is the really interesting question because resistance free. Well, that's okay. So to fully appreciate superconductors, we would need to talk about conductors first, which by themselves is also an interesting topic. Right here, would just point to the unfinished electricity video, but basically, when you have metallic bonding between different ions, then the way most conductors work is that you have this metallic bonding, and between all of these ions, you have something I always like to lovingly call an electron soup, just a bunch of different electrons melted together. And basically the way conductance works is that you can imagine it as like a graph of how likely is it, or rather how likely is probably more accurate. How likely is it for an electron to be in any of these spots? So the more right, the higher the probability of the electron being in there. And the height represents the energy of the electron. So right here, we have high energy electron, high likelihood of being there. Right here, we have low energy electron, low likelihood. And right here, we have really low energy, really high likelihood. And so basic idea is, in metallic bonding, up to a certain point, all of these are filled by electrons that are already there. Like this. And so if you add an extra electron in there, you're just adding like a little thin line on the top, right here. And then on the other side, that electron is leaving, so you're removing this thin line. And that's how conductors work. The problem is that this cannot explain superconductors. They cannot work this way, simply because there are a bunch of different models, by the way, just for conductors themselves. The main one of them, which I've seen, was more of an analogy, but one of them was classical mechanics. And so basic idea is that you need some kind of resistance. No matter what kind of material you have, you always need some kind of resistance, because when you apply an electric field onto an electron, then this is basically equivalent to you accelerating it. So when there is a potential difference, right? Let's represent it with red and blue because I'm just so artsy. When there is a potential difference on an electron, pushing it a certain way, then this potential difference is accelerating that electron. Which means that if there was no resistance, then the velocity would be roughly proportional to time. Or in other words, it would go quicker and quicker over time. It would just keep on accelerating forever, basically. And so you can't have that, obviously, because a bunch of different problematic reasons. And so then there is also the concept of resistance. So resistance is actively slowing it down. One of the models I've seen was modeling it as electron just bumping into other electrons, and that way slowing down. And free energy A, exactly, yeah, among other reasons. And so basically, instead of velocity of an electron, you have the average velocity. So the average velocity at which an electron is traveling, and that's conductance for you. This velocity basically tells you the amperage, if I do remember correctly. So so based on the average velocity, you can tell how many electrons are going past the point, which is the current. Isn't that lovely? It's great. With superconductors, however, well, I think you can all see the multiple points of failure with these theories. And so I'll be honest, I have no idea exactly how they work because it's too advanced for me. And I do quantum field theory videos for fun. I'd love as a fun activity to relax in the day. I is equal to N.
I think there's a lot there, right? Because I think there's a lot there to still be learned.
Oh, there's a massive... Actually, a while back ago, a really long time ago, someone told me that they're really upset that we live in a very unfortunate time where most things have been discovered. They pointed to gravity, relativity, quantum mechanics, all these things. And I just turned them and I just said that, yeah, at the time when people were inventing and discovering those things, then those were considered to be discoveries. But what you have to realize is that we don't know how many things are undiscovered. That's kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
It always seems like we've discovered everything simply because we don't know what we haven't discovered yet. If we haven't discovered it, how are we supposed to know we haven't discovered it? The unknown unknowns.
Observation bias, then.
Yeah, exactly. Really is. The fundamental forces are one of my favorite examples I always go for. I just love fundamental interactions. They're great simply because of the fact that electromagnetism combines with the weak interaction to create the electro-weak interaction. And ideally, I think it was Occam's razor, right? Ideally, you would just have a single fundamental interaction and you would have a single particle, or even better, you wouldn't even have the single interaction particle, you would just have a single carrier particle, which will be a combination of the both. That would be the ideal system. Or you would have pure randomness, where the emergent properties somehow create our universe. Which this would be the best theoretical kind of theory of everything, I would say, where you could just have a noise, and if you could somehow show that just random noise due to emergent properties, can create something, like that would be a huge candidate for the theory of everything. Because it doesn't really get much simpler. You can then just say that, oh yeah, at the smallest scales of the universe, like orders of magnitude smaller than elementary particles, it is just noise. It is just randomness. And then this randomness, due to emergent properties of pure randomness, would then create like elementary particles, which then would create, you know, atoms, and then you could have... But that's complete... I wouldn't even say call it speculation. That's complete nonsense. Oh my god, bye Tankominos, and hi. I don't know why I went with that order, but...
And now the question of how you'd use this topological space or what can you describe with it is a story for another time. But
Keep on trying to render this video and it keeps on erroring.
A typical Adobe error of just whoops. Whoops, your video hasn't rendered because why not? because sometimes things are too easy in life, and so Adobe just needs to remind us how thankful we should be for when your computer isn't just blue screening out of nothing.
a story for another time. But for now, I'd like us to focus on one thing. The concept.
Did I show you that small little monitor that I have?
I don't think so.
So anyways, I had this Raspberry Pi and I was trying to connect it to Wi-Fi and it just wouldn't work. I can't even get it connected. And so the only monitor I had was this small one and I had to use it. And it was kind of comical. So I made a short 30-second video. And I put it in your Discord channel for...
Oh, I think... oh, never mind. I think I've seen it, yeah.
Yeah. But I had to actually use it today. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Can be extended into
Not just a
space,
prop.
in which you could think of
This video looks interesting. I'm excited to see it.
this concept
The muffin or the yours?
extended into a space.
Yours,
Oh.
the topological space.
There is actually topological
4
space
minutes.
is a slide like tangent, but there is one visualization which I'm really proud of. When I tried to visualize Cauchy sequence, well, not try, I think I succeeded pretty well. I'm really proud of it because this is like a prime example of the rigorous definition versus an explanation. So a Cauchy sequence is like defined with, actually a better one would be a metric space. I like that you can look it up with a spacebar and then just replaces it to an underscore. Convenient. So, you know, definition of a Cauchy sequence. Is something like this, right? With complete metric space. A sequence x1, x2, x3 of elements from X of a metric space XD is called Cauchy if for every positive real number r is greater than 0, there is a positive integer n, such that for all positive integers m and n greater than n, d of xm and d of xn is smaller than r. Like, it's a very technical, very exact definition. And based on it, I basically chose to represent the elements. So the capital X, I chose to just represent it as a flat area, and then the elements of a sequence as arrows in a spiral. And so basically here are the arrows, like this. And then what does the distance as x and m of xn smaller than r, what does that mean for any given n? Well, in the end, I do finish off with this animation, where this circle represents the maximum distance for any given n. And you can see that as you increase the n, the distance gets smaller and smaller until it eventually becomes lower than r. And that's like I'm so proud of this visualization. It is so proper good.
That's cool.
It was absolutely terrible because I didn't actually solve this spiral equation for maximum distance. And so instead, this is just Blender simulating every single distance until it finds the largest one. Which is why, let's just say, it was a bit suboptimal. It was really slow.
in which which you could think of. This concept of topology can be the concept of topology. This concept of topology can be extended into a
I think I'll let you get back to your video editing. I just wanted to pop in and say hi.
No, thank you. Once again, that's the thing I always say when you join in. Feel free to join in and interrupt me anytime. I really... all day, every day I work on these videos. I can take a 5-minute break.
I appreciate it.
Irish exit. And it didn't even break my voice shot. Perfect. But you know what? I genuinely believe it is better for Tefta to join in on stream and give me a quick break than for me to play Balatro. He loves interruptions. It's my only rest time, you know. Okay, we're at 4 minutes of the video. 4 minutes because we haven't edited the intro, which we should probably actually edit.
complex inner product complete metric space, or complex inner product complete metric space, otherwise known as the much more confusing Hilbert space name. This is where the quantum field theory takes place, and yes, by the end of this video you will understand what this means. But first, we need to start with a simple question.
You know what? This might actually be a pretty good one.
What is a mathematical space?
This might be... Yeah, okay, you know what? Hear me out. We could have, for this, a blender top-down with a bunch of different things I'm including in this video.
It's just a set with some...
I'm sorry, why is this red?
complex inner product complete
That shouldn't be red.
space, otherwise it's just a set with some set.
Why is this red? Damn it! Damn it! Why? What have I done? Where's my boing sounds? There we go. This should be whoosh. Oh, it's not there. Why was it not there? You know what? It's fine. Doesn't matter. Wait, no, it's still red. Why are you red? I'm fine. It's fine. I can locate link media.
With some
There we go.
set with some
Now we can move this back. We can move the OBS back down. We can move the thing back up. There's more like CapCut. I don't know, actually. That's a bit quiet.
just a set
That's a bit too loud.
with some
And this porridge is just perfect. Okay, then.
complex inner product complete metric space, otherwise known as the much more confusing Hilbert space name. This is where the quantum field theory takes place, and yes, by the end of this video you will understand what this means. But first, we need to start with a simple question. What this means. But first, we need to start...
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
We need to start with a simple question. What is a mathematical space? Okay, that question is way more difficult to answer than it seems.
Actually, no. Let's keep going.
Space, or what can you
I can't decide. I just can't decide. Although I am reaching the point of the video where I already want to move on to the next video, which is... Hello, Make It. How is life treating you today? It's treating me fine. How is life going for you, Drew Snyder? How you doing? How you doing? Okay.
vibe of it is a story for another time, but for now I'd like us to focus on one thing. This concept of topology can be extended into a space in which you can think of it like a certain...
Right here, I do need to add area. Because this needs an asterisk. This absolutely, completely needs an asterisk, because otherwise I'll just be eaten alive by mathematicians. Alright. that's not what I meant at all. Okay, there we go, there we go. Now the only problem is that it's bloody invisible. Who would want to be eaten alive by mathematicians? That's why most mathematicians are French, actually. Because they just eat alive anyone who doesn't agree with them. Now... Red, is this readable? Yeah, okay, it's not meant to stay there forever, so... There we are.
In our definition, we haven't actually defined the distance at all. That's because in topology, even though there are... That's because in topology... That's because in topology, even though there is a concept...
The Archduke ate their government. You're gonna give me no context to that? Like, you mean like at some point in history, or do you mean like yesterday? They were just annoyed with elections or something? Like, when did that happen? Oh, I heard of that. Okay. Oh, in history. Okay, good, good. I just wanted to specify. I don't know. I haven't been following up much on politics recently. I do believe that I should actually actively avoid to follow up on politics. I do believe it will be good for me.
Closeness, there is no concept of distance. So for 2 points, you could say how close they are. So
now, closeness, I don't think I actually need to add with the asterisk because, well, that is really closeness, open set, right?
there is no concept of distance. So for 2 points, you could say how close they are, but you can't measure how close they are. Close they are, but you can't measure. You can't measure how.
There we go.
Points you could say how close they are, but you can't measure how close they are. Measure.
There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. And add frame hold. Like so.
Measure how close they are. But you can't measure how close they are. But you can't measure how close they are.
Serving my government as dinner for the shop, figure out the rest of the day fixed. This video brought topological most towards topological space in high dimensions. It isn't actually about topological spaces at all. Basically, for some reason, I don't know why, but it was just natural for me to explain this. I'm trying to explain complex inner product complete metric spaces. And like when I'm explaining spaces, I use geometry to explain them. When I'm explaining metric, I'm using topology to explain them. When I'm explaining completeness, okay, completeness, I'm kind of there with it because I'm explaining Cauchy sequences, which is pretty good. But for the inner product, I am using the wedge product. And for the completeness, I use real numbers first. Practically every single one of these explanations is just an explanation by a counterexample. But with every single, because the problem is basically in a product, complete metric spaces is like the obvious default we think of. If you asked a layperson to think of a space and describe it to you in like obvious terms, they would probably describe a complete inner product metric space. And so because of that, for each one, I need to give like an example of how this isn't actually the default. It doesn't have to be. Hi, the Bavboard. Hi. How's life? It's good. How is life going for you?
Now right here you could say make it. What if you visualizing them or now right here you could say
Okay, delete the parametric equalizer because it's just... Oh wait, that was already... Oh, never mind then. Whoops.
now right here you could say make it. What do you mean? You're visualizing them around in different places and they clearly have some distance between them, but no. This is just me visualizing it. There is no distance. Places and they clearly have some distance between them, but
Okay, right here, I should do some editing to make it slightly more interesting. They're attacking me with the rules. Subset my impersonation. No, that rule actually should have been there for a long time. There we go, there we go, there we go. There we go. Too extreme. Right here can be more extreme.
no. This is just me visualizing it. There is no distance because we haven't defined it. A counter to this would be something called a metric space, which is a space, so a set of elements, for rules. Those rules being metric, meaning that you do have it.
There. Ah, okay.
This distance will be defined by a distance function.
Okay. We get a topology space trap. Everyone really is. No, there's supposed to be a topological spaces. It isn't. It's not even. It's not supposed to be. It isn't about topological spaces. Everyone really keeps falling. This is like 7th time this happened. Just everyone loves topological spaces. Okay. What's the next animation, by the way? Initial last one is this topology, then there is the game.
What is a distance function? Well, whatever you want it to be, honestly, and okay.
Why is it pausing whenever I move anything?
Example, imagine that you have a some kind of world with a bunch of Imagine that you have a game with some kind of world with a bunch of players. In this bunch of players, in this
Okay. Now, right here, what we'd like is add frame hold, and then cross this off.
Players. In this world, these
This is me pondering my orb, by the way, on video.
players would be all in different places, and so
Stop pausing the thing just because this is so annoying. Why is that happening?
to define a distance function, it could just be a simple Pythagorean. So the three-dimensional one. So the three-dimensional one. The distance between players would literally be just the distance. That's simple. But the
Right here, a nice thing would be some kind of chords.
between players would literally be just
Every single time it lights up. Which I could do in FL Studio. Do I have FL Studio downloaded? Why do I have FL Studio downloaded? You know what? Why not? Yeah, should be fine. And now let's do... That seems good. Oh, would you look at that? I already have a folder for this precise thing. That's the most make it thing. I haven't used FL Studio in months. I opened it for a second for the one thing that I already have a folder for with one file. Like, I am consistent with what I do. There we go. 5.
the distance between players would literally be just distance.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
That's simple.
Oh, that's really good actually. I like this a lot. Like, look at this.
So the three-dimensional one. The distance between players would literally be just the distance. That's simple. But the important part here is the fact that this is not restricted to just the literal physical space we're familiar with. So for example, we can take all of our players.
Okay. Let me close a bunch of stuff I have open in the background. There we go.
And we can check their health attack. So, for example, we can take all of our players and we can check their
I like this video a lot.
health attack and mana. Their health attack,
I really do.
health attack and mana. And now with this,
Me neither. Fuck off.
another metrics.
You're just a hater.
So basically, you can imagine it as the space with 3 dimensions. Another metric space. 8.
Okay. There we go. By the way, Timon, where did you go to? It's 7 a.m. What's happening?
Another metric space. So basically, you can.
I'm here, but why you're in chat? Why not in the voice? It's not 7 a.m. yet. Oh yeah, right. We have still have 3 minutes. Why did my stream randomly crash? It's me. I'm sorry. I'm too hot for YouTube.
Space with 3 dimensions, the health, the attack, and the mana. In this case, you could place all the players in different places, and both the attack and the mana. In this case, you could place all the players in different places and space. So basically, you can imagine it as the space with 3 dimensions, the health, the attack, and the mana. In this case, you could place all the players in different places, and there. Now you can check the distance between players to see the... Now you can check... Now you can check the distance between their players to see the difference between... Now you can check the...
What are these? Oh yeah, they're supposed to highlight for health. Oh, whatever.
Now you can check the distance...
What's this? No.
Check the distance between... Now you can check the...
Okay.
And there. Now you can check the distance between the players to see the different.
Okay.
Now you can check the
We're already at 6 minutes, which isn't bad. It's certainly not bad. I don't know how long the video will be, which is slightly worse, but you know.
check the distance between their players to see the difference between their strengths. But here's the kicker: this area,
Not area. Okay.
this distance you can define to whatever.
This.
This distance you can define to whatever we'd like. It doesn't have to be a Pythagorean. It doesn't have to be.
Hi. Punctual. I like it.
Pythagorean. It can just be the sum of differences. It can just be the sum.
7 a.m. is 7 a.m.
Yes, that is correct. I no disagreement there. Aren't most of the videos about 20 minutes? It's random Italian. It depends how long the script is, honestly.
Or even we can say that we value attack twice as much as health, for example.
Yeah, there are like rules that I choose to follow, and then I follow them to the death. And
So,
there are
if we
rules that
had-
I just choose not to follow.
Well, I need to turn down the premiere because I'll be editing in the background.
It's like I'm never neutral. I'm either lawful or chaotic.
Oh, my settings app just died. That's that's not how it's supposed to work. Cool. My settings app just decided to. There. Okay.
So, if we had two players with different skill sets, then
Say something now.
Me? Or
if we had
yeah, I
players with
suppose it
different skill
was
sets,
directed
then
to me.
I don't know if the premiere is still too loud, but oh well.
If we had two players with different skill sets, then this distance on the right would be marked as hell, for example. So, if
No, this. There we go.
we had two players with different skill sets, then this for example. So, if we had two players with different skill sets, then this
Yeah, hi there,
distance
chat.
on
Hi
the-
everyone.
Can't hear timer. No, I should be able to hear it now. I fixed it. Is the premiere thing again?
Players with different skill sets,
I think maybe that was sent
then
before
this
the
distance on the
like
right would be
you fixed it,
much,
or even
much
or maybe it's delay. It
they are
adds
technically
something to it. Although there is the surprisingly low delay,
How can this distance be now we can
or maybe it's
say-
just me because
now we can now you may say make it how
Hmm.
can this distance on the right would be much greater even though they are
Is the delay
technically the same.
surprisingly low because you have a low, like, like, that is, like, all right, I'm gonna be able to speak soon.
Much greater, even though they are technically the same.
So is the delay low
Now we can
because there are only a few people watching,
Now we can
or compared to bigger streamers, or is the delay low because your internet is good, or is the delay low because
You can just control the delay on YouTube. YouTube just gives you the option to control the latency. So I just set it to
oh,
low.
that's
even
cool.
though they are technically the same.
Why why would anyone set it to not low? Like,
Now, if you want higher quality, you can't stream in 4K on low latency.
yeah, makes sense.
Length. Now we can. Now you may say, make. Now you may say, make it. How can this distance be greater if this distance is. Now you may say, make it much greater, even though the much greater. Even though they are technically the same.
I remember YTTY told me that the
Now you may say,
reason they
make it.
got
How can this
Patreon at
distance be
first, so
greater if
there's
this
no
distance
delay
I mean,
in stream, and
greater
I'm like,
if this distance
that
I mean,
isn't really, like,
even
there
though
is
they are
some, but just a few seconds.
technically the same length.
This might be one of my favorite videos I've ever made, actually. This is definitely
that's
going in
good
top
news.
16. Yeah, I don't hate it. I genuinely don't hate it. That's the bar for me. If I don't hate the video, then it's good.
Now you may say, make it. How can this distance be greater if this distance, I mean the second one, clearly seems strong? Length. Make it. How can this distance be great distance? Now you may say, make it. How can this distance be great? Say, make it.
There we go.
Now you may say, make it. How can this distance
And
be great?
since I joined in, the entire chat is only Bev.
Say, make
That is saying something. I'm not sure what it's saying, but it sure says something.
this distance be greater than this. This distance be greater than this. This distance be greater than this distance. I mean,
Oh fudge! I got it backwards. Whoops. There we go.
how can this distance be greater than this distance? I mean, the second one clearly seems longer. But to that I say, so what?
Okay, but how do we know that Tha is not Bev?
Hey, have you ever noticed how we never see Ta and Bav in the same room together?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, we see them texting each other, but that's not like.
Hey,
But-
have you ever noticed how we never saw Make It and Ryan Gosling in the same room together? That's
Yeah,
a bit suspicious.
I mean, we all know the reason for that. Like, there's no suspicion there. Everyone knows the answer to that.
So what? The length here is just how the length here is just how I'm visualizing this metric space. And so the way it doesn't matter. And so that the length here is the length here is just how I'm the length here is just how I'm visualizing this metric space. And so that way it doesn't really matter. The fact is that this distance is just
Have you ever wondered why we haven't seen Make It fucking Jesus? No, wait, that's not what it says. Have you ever wondered why we haven't seen Make It and fucking Jesus in the same room together? Yeah, that is curious. I agree. That is curious.
The fact is that this distance
I don't. Yeah, I mean, so coffee, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, I haven't had any today yet.
yeah, it's good. It's coffee.
To be fair, depending on how long the stream is, I might actually try to go back to sleep after this.
I don't know. I'm planning on almost finishing the video on stream. I will probably
Ooh,
finish
that's
it
nice.
off stream
fact is that this
simply because I want to do the intro.
distance is just greater in our metric space because the distance function is a part of it. And so there, by now you should understand how different spaces work.
Okay, in there and there and there. Oh, and finally we're at the cool segment, the really cool one, the one I like, with the Koshi sequences.
It's the set with some rules, and for our metric space, it just means a set with a certain definition of distance. Now we can add some adjectives.
The coolest segment being the Koshi sequences is those are my kind of people. To just call the Koshi sequences the cool part.
I can't think about see. I have to go to school. This is such a torture thing. Why do we? It is kind of wild how much we torture kids as a society. Like, consider when was the last time you actually no, because you're a student, aren't you? So you actually might have had those things. I don't remember when was the last time I like, or rather, okay, I do remember, but it's on a normal day, I can just get up whenever I want, or if I wake up and I'm tired, I just go back to sleep. And it's kind of wild that that's not the default for our society. Like, that's the exception. Oh yeah, waking up when you're not tired anymore. That's the not normal way to do this, apparently.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like, I'm an early bird, so this is not something that is usually an issue with me, but it's like, but I still hate that it is that I'm the lucky odd one out who wakes up without feeling super tired, and like everyone should experience this. It's nice.
No,
to
for me it's different. Like, it can be said that I'm an early bird. It's like 3 a.m. Did I say a word? Like, I could never tell how do you sleep so well. You keep telling me to live a life to go to sleep before the day arrives, but then you wake before the sunrise. No, Hosier. No one here knows Hosier. Like, take my whiskey neat, my coffee black, and my bed at 3. You're too sweet. No one gets that. No one knows that. Yeah, whatever. Fine. Yeah, fine. I'll just get back to editing the video, I guess. Uncultured.
Certain definition of distance.
I used to feel so bad when I didn't get a reference you were saying, and then I just got used to it and just realized that, yeah, no one's actually getting the references you're saying, so I shouldn't feel bad.
Seriously, no, people are hardwired to want to learn, so the fact that we can beat that over children is appalling. That is actually kind of wild. The one thing everyone wants, the thing that we're just genetically made to want, and we still somehow manage to make this unappealing. Okay, it's time for me to record the next segment, the complete metric space segment. Hi there, Amit. Me. To make a complete metric space, let's take a look at what Wikipedia has to say about Cauchy sequence. A sequence x1, x2, x3 of elements from x to the metric space xd is called Cauchy if for every positive real number r is greater than 0, there is a positive integer n such that for all positive integers m and n which are greater than n, d of xm xn is smaller than r. Now why am I showing you this? Okay, because I made a couple of mistakes, so there we go. Well, because I think... No, to go on time in there. No, to go on.
Now I feel bad. But I wanted to say that I'm guessing the reason why you're showing me this is because I wasn't paying attention when they showed me it at uni.
Showed you what?
The coach is like... You asked why am I showing you this, and I...
Oh,
yeah.
that was... that was the definition I was referring to. Well, because I think it's a great example of how certain things sound really fucking hell. Well, it's because I think it's a great example of how certain things sound and seem really difficult. Fuck! Okay, third time the charm. Well, because I think it's a great example of how certain things sound and seem really difficult, whilst in reality being quite simple. Okay, so let's get through it step by step. First, we have the metric space SD, which, as you should know by now, just means a set and the rules. The rules in this case being the distance. Now what this says is that in our metric space we have some kind of sequence of elements, and for the sake of simplicity, I'll just visualize them with two-dimensional arrows like this. Now we can pick any two arrows and check the distance between them, and because I'm a professional video maker earning that $3 ad revenue for spending over 100 hours on a video, we can select any two arrows and get the distance between them on the right. I have a Patreon, by the way, in case you'd like to help me, because the shameless Patreon plug. I'm gonna include the meme here. It was such a funny meme to me.
Sorry, I laughed. It was just
It's
funny.
fine.
I hope
It's fine. I don't think.
Screw up the
I don't
recording.
think it should be.
Patreon, by the way, in case you'd like to help me.
Okay. Good.
I hope so at least. My headphones should be better than that. Do you make the script yourself? Yes. What kind of question? What else would make my script, or who else? Do you think I have a ghostwriter for my videos? Like, with my ad revenue, you think I can get a ghostwriter? Make it worse, the boy yoing. That would be for the last segment of the video. There is gonna be a boy yoing there. Okay. Actually, I guess we can already start editing this. This is the best segment, so I'm gonna add the best song here. My favorite one, Odkid 2. Oh, goofy.
To make a complete metric space, let's take a look at what Wikipedia has to say about Cauchy sequence. A sequence x1, x2, x3 of elements from x to a metric space. To make a complete metric space, let's take a look at what Wikipedia has to say about Cauchy sequence. A sequence x1 x1, x2, x3 of elements from x to the metric space xd is called Cauchy if for every positive real number r is greater than 0, there is a positive integer n such that for all positive integers m and n which are greater than n, d of xm xn is smaller than r. Now why am I showing you this?
Yeah, make it as no ghostwriter. Can I get paid now? People seem to really like my work on this map becomes difficult. I don't think you want to take credit for the math becomes difficult, because math becomes difficult actually had one of the worst scripts of all my videos. It had good animations, but the script was terrible.
It was one of your best videos.
And most popular, not best. I have a playlist about that. My best videos. Which one do I place on that playlist? Okay, the best script was the all elementary particles because that had the best script and one of the better animations. It's third in my best videos.
The math one.
Yeah.
I said one of your best, not the best. Like that's yeah. Best is hard to define because there are so many factors.
Sorry, model of quantum fields is fourth? That's ridiculous. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be fourth. It should be like seventh.
Wait, which one is that again?
Quantum field theory video.
Ah, right. The one that I bullied you into renaming.
A sequence x
Yeah, exactly.
a sequence x1 x2 x x1 x2 x3 of
That was a really good video.
x to the metric degree of elements from x to the metric space x. xd is called Cauchy if for every
Okay, I guess there is no news here. All your videos are.
1 x2 x3 of elements from x to the metric space x. The metric space x. xd is called Cauchy if for every positive real number r is greater than 0.
Yes, feel free to blame something on me that I completely did on purpose with all my intentions, and I have no regrets. Instead, I take pride in it. Yeah, it's me to blame.
You can add it to
Agreed.
the list of. You can add it to the list if you want. So, for example, renaming that video, deleting the music channel, deleting the premiere
That wasn't
channel.
me.
That's all thanks to Timon. Well, okay,
Okay.
the premiere channel is that was a collab of Timon and Catman, but yeah, the rest is Timon. Timon is a very
Okay, like-
impactful presence.
Positive real number r is greater than 0. Positive real number r. Greater than 0. There's a positive integer
I still don't know why the music channel had to be. Never mind.
Because
never
you
mind.
said that it was weird, and you wanted it gone, so I got it gone.
integer n such that for all positive
You're welcome. Ungrateful, honestly. Just spend like half an hour convincing me to get rid of the music channel. I get rid of the music channel, but all of a sudden there's a problem.
n such that
Also, the premiere channel, like I advocated for the opposite. Like I advocated for more voice channels, not less.
m and n which are
No. You said it just didn't make sense for that to be free, so I fixed it by removing one.
greater than n, d of
And then adding one to which patrons no longer had any access. Because you said that was really weird when there were free channels with patron access. So I fixed it. I removed the top one. And now there are only two, which makes more sense.
Alright, I'm gonna tell you off stream what my plan was. Okay, I had an elaborate plan that you essentially screwed over.
That makes it even worse. Because that's kind of like say, I had an elaborate plan and then I just fucked it up.
Yeah, exactly.
n which are greater than n, just m and n which are greater than n.
Is- I was cooking there, or at least I thought I was, until I think
Until
I
you
was cooking
bent
until I
it.
wasn't.
You've overcooked. You got cooked.
xm d of xm xn
I signed up for it.
greater than n, d of
Quite literally, actually. Wait, what the heck?
d of xm xn is smaller than r. D is called Cauchy if for every positive real number r is greater than 0, there is a positive integer n such that for all positive integers m and n which are greater than n, d of xm xn is smaller than r. Now why am I showing you this?
Petition for Tar Music Channel. No, because Timon would be against that.
Now why am I showing you this? Why am I showing you this? Showing you this? Well, because I think it's a great.
You're making me sound like I'm the bad guy in this story.
I'm saying the truth. Okay, Timon, would you be for that channel?
No.
Okay, so how am I making you sound like the bad guy? Okay,
But-
pardon the hyperbole because I really like hyperboling with this line. But that's kind of like Hitler saying, okay, when you mention the Holocaust, you're making me sound like the bad guy.
So now we're comparing. Now we're making these comparisons.
Yes.
Right. Sure. Yes, same thing. Yeah.
Don't
Being
worry, Timon, you'll
annoying.
get there. Eventually you'll be able to formulate a coherent sentence. I understand. It's not easy. It's not easy. Your Hungarian blood is stopping you, but it's fine. You'll get there.
Why is that true, though? Why is that true?
Petition for Tar Music. I told you no, because Timon will let it happen.
Well, because I think it's a great example. Why am I showing you this? Well, because I think it's a great example. Well, because I think it's a great example of I've said.
Yes, so what I was
think it's a great
trying to say is
example
that,
of
like,
certain things sound
in your books, being an annoying Discord kid is the same as, yeah, like, what?
Well, that was almost a coherent sentence. That's a solid try, though. A solid try. A plus. A for effort.
because I think it's a great example of how certain things.
I appreciate it. I take it as, yeah.
Fucking hell. Well, it's because.
I genuinely appreciate it.
Am I showing you this? Well, because I think it's a great example of how certain things sound and seem really difficult, whilst in reality being quite simple. Okay, so let's get through it step by step. First, we have the metric space S, which, as you should know by now, just means a set and the rules. The rules in this case being the distance. Now what this says is that in our metric space we have some kind of sequence. As you should know by now, just means a set and the rules. The rules in this case being the distance. Now what this says is that in our metric space we have some kind of sequence of elements, and for the sake of simplicity, I'll just visualize them with two-dimensional arrows like this. Now we can pick any two arrows and check the distance between them. And because I'm a professional video maker and two arrows, I'll just visualize them with two-dimensional arrows like this. Now we can pick any two arrows with two-dimensional arrows like this. Now we can pick any two arrows and check the distance between
There we go. Your opinion is wrong, though. Blink if you need hope.
Because I'm a professional video maker earning
Oh yeah, Megan, I don't know if you saw the shenanigans happening in the basic channel lately. It's a wild west as always, but like
What's
getting
new?
worse day by day.
What's new?
Hmm?
What's new?
People discovered some Discord bot that is a cat girl and you can use it to kiss people and marry people and kill people, and yeah, basically that's it.
I was asking what's new.
Okay, so you heard of that, good.
That's like the Catgirl bot sounds like something that would have been happening 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, I wasn't here 3 months ago, so okay, what did I miss?
That's just a funny way to say it. It's kind of like, you know, I don't know, calling some kind of mountain tall and like, oh yeah, what about Mount Everest? Well, we haven't discovered Mount Everest. Just because we haven't discovered Mount Everest doesn't mean it wasn't the tallest mountain.
check the distance between them. And because I'm a professional video maker earning that $3 ad revenue for spending over 100 hours on a video, we can select any 2 hours.
I was showing that I had no way of knowing.
Distance between them. And because I'm a professional video maker earning that $3 ad revenue for spending.
What would that mean be now?
So yeah, what did I miss? I'm curious now.
But in what regard? Because
Like, what happened 3 months ago that made you say like, oh yeah, the cat girl.
the
bot is
basic
some-
channel, it's always been that way.
Ah. All right. I don't know. I rarely check the basic channel. Like I've been checking it lately for some goddamn reason. I should stop it. It's a bad habit.
On the right.
Yeah.
Any hours on the video, we can select any hours on the video. We can that $3 ad revenue for spending over that $3 ad revenue for spending over 100 hours on a video, we can select any 2 hours and get the distance between. We can select
There we go. What's next? Arrows, this, and this.
video. We can select any 2 arrows and get the distance between them. And get the distance between them on the right. I have a patron, by the way, in case you'd like to help me, because
Okay, there we go. I missed last week's streams because it was 3 AM here in the UK time. Yes, I was doing American time streams, that is true. I need to from now on, every now and then. Balance it out a bit.
by the way, in case you'd like to help me, because
The entire America live stream era where I didn't join because I was feeling fine. It's weird. Weird feeling.
I have a patron, by the way, in case you'd like to help me, because
Okay, so here's the distance between the first and second arrow. Second and fourth, third and fifth. Wait, no, fuck, that's wrong. Okay, so here's the distance between the first and third arrow, second and fourth, third and fifth, fourth and sixth, and it just keeps going. Now what we're basically saying is that if we select a number r, then there exists an integer n for which there exists another two numbers higher than it, for which the distance would be actually lower than our r. So for example, let's pick a certain r, and now we can see that the n of 0 isn't good enough, n of 1 isn't good enough, n of 2 isn't good enough, but an n of 3 is. If we make the r smaller, however, it no longer fits, and we need a higher n. So the lower the r, the higher the n needed. But there is one more thing that's crucial here. This has to work not only for the numbers directly above n, only all integers above n. And what this effectively translates to is that if you select an arrow and imagine a kind of area in which every single arrow from that point on would reside, then that represents the maximum distance from any element. And with all of these rules, what we're basically saying is, first, this area exists, because do keep in mind that it would be possible for this area to be infinite, and second, it gets smaller the further you go in. And what this effectively translates to is, this series eventually converges. Proper solid, there we go. Oh, I didn't add all my sound witchcraft bullshittery on the most recent things.
Here's the distance between three of elements from X, distance between them on the right. I have a Patreon, by the way, in case you'd like to help me, because... Okay, so here's the distance between the first and second arrow. Okay, so here's the distance between the...
And there we go.
Okay, so here's the distance between the first and third arrow. Between the first and third arrows. Second and fourth. Third and fifth. Fourth and sixth, and it just keeps going. And it's just
There we go.
keeps going. Now what we're basically saying is that if we select a number r, we select it, keeps going. Now what we're basically saying is that if we select a number r,
Okay. It feels so weird watching this video and it comes out knowing that I've seen this in the making. Yeah, believe it or not, actually, most of my recent videos I have made on stream.
It is a funny feeling when it's like I've been teased for some parts for like weeks, and then it just happens, and oh yeah, I remember that part. Oh yeah, I remember that part. But the final, like, yeah, funny.
then there exists
Nothing about how I feel. I'm fucking through. I'm here for the entire process. That's why I hate my videos in the end, because it just gets worse and worse.
No, I can relate. I did.
You also hate my videos? Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I do. I must at most certainly do. That's why I'm here.
Certified hater.
Someone has to be when made it asleep.
Actually, maybe it hasn't been that much of a hater recently. He really changed.
for which there exists another two numbers higher than
I mean, or hasn't been on stream. I don't know.
for which the distance would be actually lower than our r. So, for example, let's pick a certain r, and now we can see that.
But I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure your talk helped them a lot.
Now we can see that the n of 0 isn't good enough. N of 1 isn't
That's the same thing twice, damn it.
1 it isn't good enough. And
Oh, okay. 9 minutes already. My goodness, I'm going rather swiftly. That's good. 3 hours in, 9 minutes. That's 3 minutes per hour. When I was working on the video with Flame, I said that in the final process, like in the final, you know, on the final day, I said that, oh, we have like 2 minutes left to finish and 3 hours to do it. So if we do it 1 minute per hour, which is normally really slow, we should be fine. And then Flame like called me optimistic, and then it turned out that actually he was right. It took more than hour per minute. But I really cannot stress enough how slow we were going. Right now, I have finished 9 minutes in 3 hours, which means 3 minutes per hour. So right now, I have basically working on this video like around 5 times quicker than that one.
N of 2
Yeah, but that was an extremely slow video because of like very obvious reasons.
Yeah, just need to be. We just need to be careful. Because apparently it was like, I don't know, Flame's thing, whatever.
N of 2 isn't good enough, but an N of 2,
I also love when recently I was in voice call with Remco and they tried to nut dogs themselves, and you know exactly why that is very funny. Like it was 2 of us on the call and Remco tried to nut dogs themselves.
N of 2 isn't good enough. 2 isn't good enough.
That's pretty funny.
That
Make it, I have an
reaction
idea.
time.
What about if you make a video about the Mandelbrot set? I don't know. I don't think it's video worthy.
And there are quite a few videos on that, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what I would make what I would make it about exactly, like with the Mandelbrot set. This. Shucks. Actually, hold on. Open arrows. Just the arrows. It's one of the early ones. Oh, this doesn't even have R, so yeah, it should be fine. Arrows 1. I think that's the one. No, it's not selection. Oh yeah, it should have a selection. I'm an idiot. Order. For which the R is 270. And N2. I mean 3. There we go. Clear, and then the other one was right here. 8. The only problem is I need to re-render it. I know that Remco lives.
Wait, Tad, how do you know Remco's address? Genuine question. How do you know that?
So dumb.
Guess. All right, Bev is understanding the things. Bev understands how things are.
You're easily excited, Timon. Someone just
what
has
do
to
you mean?
mention paprika, and then you just get. You can accept anything if someone mentions paprika.
No, no, this has context to it. This has context to it.
Yeah, right.
No, like, there's an origin of this joke, okay? Like,
Who isn't good enough, but who isn't
and like,
good enough, but
I'm not even sure if it originates from Ramco army.
3 is. If
I think it's just a shenanigan we
if we make the
pulled off and escalated out of hand.
smaller, however, it no longer fits. If we make the R smaller, R smaller, however, it no longer fits, and we need a and we
Oh, how sad it is for Bev. Only one of their wives supports them. Like, it's horrendous, horrible. How can you live like that?
N. So the lower the R, the higher the N needed. We need a higher N. So the lower the R, the higher the higher N. Need a higher N. So the lower the R, so the lower the R, the higher the N needed. But there is needed. But there is one more thing that's crucial here. This has to work not only for the numbers directly above N, only all only all in
Oh, hi there, Reblex. I first read the homophobical algebra instead of homological algebra.
Hi there, Alex. Um.
all integers above N. And what this effectively are smaller, however, it no longer fits, and we need a higher N. So the lower the R, the higher the N needed. But there is one more thing that's crucial here. If we make the R smaller, however, it no longer fits, and we need a higher N. So the lower the R, the higher the N needed. But N needed. But there is one the higher the R, the higher. So the lower. So the lower the R, the higher the higher N. So the lower the R, the higher the N. The lower the R, the higher the N needed. But there is
Damn, that's good. That's such a good. I'm so good at what I do. My goodness, I'm incredible.
Yes, you are. There's no
Make it
no
sound like he
denying.
just spent last 5 minutes editing a video. I did. I did, in fact. I did, in fact.
that's crucial here. This has to work not only for the numbers directly above N, only all integers directly above N, only all integers above N. And what this effectively And so what this effectively translates to is that if you select an arrow and you
And this.
imagine a kind of A. And so what this effectively translates to is that if you select an arrow and imagine a kind of
we go. There we go.
area in which every single arrow from that point on would reside, then that represents the maximum distance from any element. And with all of these rules, what we're basically saying is, first, this area exists, because do keep in mind that it would be possible for this area to be infinite, and second, it gets smaller the further you go in. And what this effectively translates to is then that represents the maximum distance from any element. And with all of
That's
these
such a
basically
good
saying,
visualization.
first, this area exists, because do keep in mind that it would be possible for this area to be infinite, and second, it gets smaller the further you go in. And what this
It's
effectively
always so nice to
translates
see when
is
you're just so
this
proud of your
series
work.
eventually
Doesn't happen often.
converges.
It should be.
If it should, then I would have. Alright, let's record the next segment.
Series eventually converges.
And so based on this, we can define a complete metric space. It's a space in which this kind of sequence either has a limit, that's also in that space, that's simple enough, I believe, converges in that space, which, okay, that's easy. You can see that these requirements are kind of trivial and obvious. And then there's also the third one where, okay, well, anyhow, that's the point of the complete metric space. Basically, that's the point of the complete metric space. Basically, if you can have the Cauchy sequence in it, then that means it's complete. And so here we have arrived at what a complete metric space is. And by now, you should understand it perfectly fine. And it's time to move on to the complex in a product one. Yeah, there we go.
I love how you made a joke there, and I don't yet understand the joke, and I know that I
Which
will
one?
when I watch the video.
Did I make a joke?
Yeah. When you said the one easy, second easy, third.
Oh yeah, that one.
Anyways,
Yeah, because that one needs visualization. Sometimes I forget that Make-It has the spontaneous ability to do Make-It video voice. It is a bit off-putting, isn't it? You know what's a much worse realization, Roblox? And I genuinely mean it, because I don't even know if I want to tell you this, because that's such an awful realization. Screw it. If you think that the fact that I can do a spontaneous Make-It voice is an off-putting ability, consider the fact that I also can do a spontaneous live stream voice. Let that simmer for a while. Alright, let's keep going.
This series eventually converges. And so based on this, we can define a complete
Did I press it in? I did.
And so based on this,
yeah, and there's also the
space,
outro voice, which is also a completely different voice, and like there's a difference when you just casually say "and now," and there's a difference when you start your outro, and like very, very different stuff.
Look, and for now, that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching and have a great day. But yeah, it's like muscle memory,
space,
but for voice.
this kind of sequence either.
Wait, did the stream and now?
No. I'm just Pavlov dogging you all, honestly. Where we
No,
hear...
I genuinely thought that I made you remember that you wanted to end the stream or something.
Yeah, I'm Pavlov dogging you all. I mean, make it. I can potentially speak French, so you know I relate.
Has a limit.
Yeah, that's even worse than my condition.
The way I instinctively went to type "bye," that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I am Pavlov dogging you all, and you are letting me.
I so wanna make a joke here, but I have restraints over myself, so I mean I have control over myself, so yeah, no, not gonna make a joke. I phrased it really odd, but it was a normal sentence in my head.
Oh no, timing! Ah, damn it! I'm decreasing the bottomness of this.
Has a limit. That's also in that space. That's simple enough, I believe.
What?
converges in that space, which, okay, but converges in that space.
There we go. This.
Okay, that's easy. You can see that these requirements are kind of trivial and obvious. And then there's also the third one where... Oh.
There we go. Should be it.
Okay, well, anyhow, that's the point of... Okay.
Left, two rights.
Okay.
That is true, Roblox, though. Like, that is true. Like, whenever I play Wordle in English, I'm like, I just type in ocean and just eliminate most of the vowels. Like, what? How can you just, like, you can use a 5-letter word to eliminate most of the vowels because there are, like,
Okay, well, anyhow,
very,
that's the point of the
yes,
complete
yeah,
metric space.
that is true.
As if French is any better. Pick me. What do you mean?
No,
That's
it's
a
not
French person said that.
Yeah, but listen, French is not better, but like English really doesn't have any vowels. Like it has like 3 or something. Like, come on. Even the German and that is just smacking consonants on each other has shamelessly has more vowels than English.
Of the complete metric space. Basically, you can... That's the point of the... Okay, well, anyhow, that's the point of the complete metric space. Basically, if you can have the Cauchy sequence in it, then that means it's...
Where's the text? That's not the text. Where's the text? Is that the text? That's the text.
in it, then that means have the Cauchy sequence in it.
Or it, how would you pronounce it? Jesus. You know, French isn't good. Like, French is horrendous, but... I'm not protecting French, I'm attacking English. I like Slavic languages, they are like silly geese.
Have the Cauchy sequence in it, then that means it's complete. And so here we have arrived at what a complete metric space is. And by now, you should understand it perfectly fine. And it's time to move on to the...
Okay, I don't actually have any animations for this, so I feel like that would be actually a good place to stop. 10 minutes! I finished 10 minutes of the video already. That's pretty good. Well, I'm gonna go now. Eat something probably. Walk, finish the video. I'll render all the animations and such and such and such. I guess that's it. Now, Tha, you can prepare the buy. And for now, I suppose that'll be it. Thank you everyone so much for watching and have a great day. Bye!